going on, YouTube? This is Luke with Endless Entrepreneurs, just coming to you with another video. Thought this was appropriate with all the talk on promoted listings just coming out recently on eBay. If you're new to eBay or just kind of starting to learn about it, eBay has a promoted listing feature in it that allows you to market your products more effectively. They also just released a multi-quantity a single quantity promoted listing for certain product categories. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. It was some news that just came out. There are quite a few channels in the reseller community that have covered it really in-depthly. Casey the Rockstar Flipper has. I think Chris 10K in the Bay has some stuff. So definitely go check them out if you want some more detail. But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go through, I'm actually going to use the multi-quantity promoted listing feature. And I recently bought a big lot of 3,000 new without tags LL Bean pants. So I have tons of multi-quantity listings up, and I'm going to use this opportunity and this feature to market the order. It's the first time I've ever done it, so you're going to learn with me. I'm going to walk through and share my screen as I do it. If you're new to my channel, I'm a part-time eBay seller, believe it or not, and a full-time corporate finance analyst. So I kind of do both and juggle my business in my spare time. I really enjoy building that as a bit more than a hobby at this point. And I do enjoy my full-time job, so it's a really good balance right now. And I just kind of track that journey here on this channel. So I appreciate anyone stopping in. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're not, thanks for stopping back in. Hey, R. Warren, and hey, CJ Baum. I know this is kind of not really like an on-the-hour type hour to go live. I just wanted to go live because it's a little easier to do things like this. I'm going to bring the value up front. I'm going to walk through how I do this, and you guys can learn with me. And hopefully it'll be short and concise. And then from there, we can do some Q&A at the end and such like that. So let me share my screen real quick. All right, so hopefully you're seeing my screen now. So I'm on eBay, and like I said, the goal of this is I have all these LL Bean pants, and they're kind of in that summer slowdown right now where things just aren't moving as fast on the clothing side, especially for pants. And my hope is that through this, I can kind of jumpstart some of those sales, and I can, really start to hopefully catapult the order and start the sell through a little faster. So the first thing you're gonna do is just come to my eBay area here, and you're gonna go to your performance, or actually, I'm sorry, to marketing, and you're gonna drop down the promoted listings area here. And I'm gonna create, so this is my first campaign ever. I guess they call it a campaign. So I create my first campaign. And I did kind of walk through this. I didn't launch it before I did the video, just so I at least could walk you guys through concisely. There are two options here. It looks like you can select individually listings, up to 500, or you can select listings in bulk. I definitely don't need up to 25,000. Up to 500 should be sufficient for what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to select the listings individually. All right. So let's see what we got here. So these are all my LL Bean listings. I'm just going to scroll through, and it looks like basically what we do is these are all my eligible items that I can use in promoted listings. So these are all my multi-quantity items. And what I'm going to do, I could sort by category, but what I'm going to do, because I don't think there's a ton of them, is I'm just going to, I wonder if I can select all of them. I can select all of them. So I'm just going to select all of them right now because I do want to promote all of them. I'm going to quickly scroll through the page just to make sure there's not some things on there that I don't want to promote. I'm going to go to like page. Yeah, these look, we can do 500 items per page. That'll make it way easier. So let's go here. Let's select everything. And just kind of, so see, yeah, there are some, looks like there's some items that are not LL Bean pants. So that's why I'm going to scroll through here. Now, one of the things, basically the premise of promoted listings is I don't have to pay up front to get the visibility. I will agree on a percentage with eBay that if the item sells by them promoting it, they take that additional percentage on top of the final value fees. So for instance, as a clothing seller, right, I typically expect that like 9%-ish on final value fees. So I may negotiate and say, hey, go ahead, eBay, take an additional 5% and market this, so I end up with 13%. And that puts me at about 15% fees if you factor in PayPal. So see, look, I got some jerseys on here. I don't know why they're allowing me. I guess these are new with tag stuff. That's why. Some of it's new with tags. That's interesting. This is one quantity. Maybe this somehow falls in a genre that I can market. I'm not really sure why. I didn't think I could, which is kind of cool. So it looks like I've got all these jerseys, which is really neat. Oh, you know why? It's because it's memorabilia. So because it's sports, which is even better because a lot of these jerseys, guys, I picked up in bulk, like 100 of them last fall, and I still have quite a few left to sell. So this would be a great way for me to sell stuff and try and push this. So I'm going to take all of them. I'm going to take all 500. I've got like 1,800 unique listings. It's summer slowdown. What the heck? I'm going to test this out. We're going to learn together, and I'll give you guys feedback as it goes. So I just took all those items, 393 active listings. Not sure what the total quantity is. I wonder if it shows at the end. Oh, and you can actually pick. You can individually, it looks like, let me see. Yeah, you can individually change each listing. Huh. Or I can select an arbitrary number. When you just slide in ad rates, we update the ad rate on all listings of the campaign. Right now you have multiple rates. So that's pretty neat. You actually can go through and on those sliders, you can adjust each individual one if you want different items at different things. For me, I don't really care. I'm just going to just say adjust them all. So I'm going to experiment with 5%. There is this feature up here. You can apply the trending rate, which I believe is just an aggregation of all people using promoted listings. The reason I'm going to stay away from that, it's slightly higher. It's at like 6.8%. I tested out earlier. The reason I'm going to stay away from that is that's across all genres and all products. So it's not necessarily representative of what another clothing seller who's directly competing with this item type is selling or is picking for a rate. So, I mean, the one thing I can say about this is from a search engine standpoint, my guess is that the higher percentage you agree to, the better they're going to promote your item on more searches more widely probably. But I'm going to try 5%. We're going to see if it jump starts things. I actually haven't sold very many of the LL Bean pants the last like 2 or 3 days. So we're going to select all. And we're just going to hit review, it looks like, is the next step. And I got to name my campaign. So let's just say LL Bean. I don't see, and what I don't know is I'm assuming just like when you run sales, these names are internal, like only you see them. I'm just going to call mine, just in case someone else can see it. I'm just going to say summer blowout and just leave it at that. Just in case it goes, I don't think it does. We're going to find out pretty quick if it gets marketed that way or if it's just an internal. I'm thinking it's internal, just like when you do like when you do like your markdown manager, you have to name your sale, but no one else sees that. That's what I'm hoping it is. I'm going to start it today. And this is the other thing I'm not sure of is if there's an advantage to an end date or not an end date. I think you can cancel it at any time. So I'm just going to have no end date. I'm going to say start today. I'm going to say launch. You need to agree to terms and service. Of course I do, eBay. Where are my terms and service to agree to? Oh, it's hidden here. My Hangout button here is in the way. All right. Launch. Oops, you ran into a problem. Please try again later. Well, that's a really big disappointment. Well, we're going to try that again, I guess. Go to your dashboard. Oh, it worked. Okay. So I have one. So this is pretty neat. So apparently you get a dashboard here. So now you can increase the visibility of your sales of your one-of-a-kind items on eBay promoted listings. So that's what I was referring to earlier, that they do have one-of-a-kind stuff. So I have 393 promoted listings. Status is active. And this is kind of the dashboard, I guess. And this is the first time seeing this, guys, so we're kind of learning together. Yeah, it's called Summer Blowout. And this looks similar to like Markdown Manager. It looks like you can create multiple campaigns. So that's cool if you want to segment different products at different rates and manage each of them. And it looks like this is going to track my impressions. So similar to like even my YouTube analytics and things like that, I can see some of this stuff. So that's pretty neat. And then this will actually tell me the ad fees that I guess the ad fees that I acquire through the sales once the final value fees. So you can see kind of the ROI on what you spent versus what you sold, which is actually really, really cool. So we'll see, guys. This is it. I mean, I just launched my first campaign. Hopefully it'll jumpstart my LL Bean sales. We'll see if the visibility gets higher. I am also running a 30% off sale right now because I'm just trying to jumpstart my sales in general because it's been pretty crazy. I'm going to stop sharing here for a minute, come back over. Hopefully this has been helpful to you guys. Looks like we have 47 watching. I'm just going to jump in the comments, see what I missed. So it looks like everyone's talking about yes, Better Barbie. Sorry, you threw it in the background. He was being a jerk. He just had dog training for an hour, so he's a little restless. Janetta said, yeah, you can now promote items that are not multiples. Yeah, I was aware of that. I just wasn't sure what I knew it wasn't clothing, so apparently the memorabilia falls into that. CG Barnes said, I was thinking choosing just 3% with mine. Yeah, I'm not sure what the best percentage is. I mean, this is going to be a learning experience just to see what works, what doesn't work. For me, 5% I'm acceptable eating into my margin if it moves them quicker because I have so many of them. Yeah, let's see. Someone just asked what my eBay store is. Best way to find it is just to Google top-notch threads eBay, and it should be the first result. Let's see. Yeah, used clothes are not included, guys, in the single quantity promoted listings, but it looks like sports memorabilia probably is. Magnify TV just asked, what am I promoting? So I'm using the promotions campaign feature for multi-quantity listings and promoting all my LL Bean pants. And so basically, just to summarize for anyone just joining, what it basically does is you agree with eBay. They will put your listings higher and in front of people in that promoted section for an agreed upon additional final value fee. So basically right now with clothing, we get 8 to 9%. And you're agreeing that what I did was I agreed to 5% additional. So every time one of those items sells that's in the promoted listings, they'll take 13% instead of 8, I think, or 14 instead of 9. So yeah, that's basically how it works. And it's nice because you don't have to pay up front. And it kind of just gets it out there for you. So should be cool. Krillin said, Luke, since you have lots of pairs, why don't you put the price up a little, then promote at the 20% level, give it a shot. Yeah, Krillin, when my sale lapses, I'm going to adjust the prices, but you can't adjust your prices during a sale, otherwise it cancels the sale. It's just a big pain in the butt. So yeah, Krillin, it's a great idea. What I wanted to test first was how much the promoted listing jumps to sell through. So like in the first day or two, if it jumps a ton, like I only run my sales for 2 days. So we'll see how it does today and tomorrow, and then I'll adjust from there. But that's a great idea, Krillin. I'm definitely going to play with the price point if it helps a lot. Hey, Turtle Trader, yeah, no problem. I just thought this would be cool to document and share with you guys because I don't know what I'm doing with it, and it's more fun to show you guys and learn and get your feedback as I go. Seems to be lately, all these live videos, I'm learning more from you guys than probably you are from me. Big Chief says, if you renew listings every 30 days, does it keep up higher in order rather than listing till gone? I'm not sure, Big Chief. So I've seen, like Casey has talked about on his channel a little bit about it creates like a fresh listing. I've also talked to Chris at 10K in the Bay, and he's talked with eBay about it, and they say that's not what you're supposed to do. And if eBay says that's what you're not supposed to do, I feel like they're probably not going to reward that way. Who knows? No one really knows for sure. Like no one knows how the search algorithm works. I do know and can say that all the big, huge sellers do good till canceled, and they don't seem to have a problem being successful. So that's kind of how I'm running my business, like I want it to be future state and trying to learn within the confines of that. So for me, good till canceled makes sense. I've got like almost 1,900 active items up now. So good till cancel is just easier for me to manage. If you're a smaller seller early on as you're growing, you probably want to do 30 days just so that you can check your prices every 30 days and kind of adjust and just kind of feel it out as you're learning. But once you get the hang of it, I think the good till cancel is the way to go. Definitely is a lot less maintenance. Magnify just asked, wait, this feature works on all clothes or just new without tags? This feature works on all multi-quantity listings. And there's a single quantity one that just came out that works on select categories. Used clothing is not one of them. I don't know if new with tags clothing is. It may be, but it looks like sports memorabilia is included in that. So a lot of the jerseys I've been able to promote. So if you have a lot of jerseys up or even a few, you might want to experiment with the promoted listings. Thanks, Better Barbie. Appreciate the shout out. Yeah, if you guys thought this was helpful or you're just enjoying the content, definitely hit that like button. It helps me out. But I'm just really hoping this is a great tool. I think that eBay is really trying to make strides to, I mean, this is an older tool. This isn't new, new anyways. But it looks like they're, making strides to help us and help you market your products better, which is always great. I mean, the more tools you have as a seller to get your products in front and compete, I think it's awesome. And, you know, people who are willing to adjust and, you know, make the most of the opportunities, I think can really reap the benefits of it. So hopefully that'll be what it is. And Janetta just said, I wish they would do something like this for used clothing. I think they're going to. I think they're heading that way, Janetta. I mean, I think what they're doing, I think the way they're doing it is smart, right? Any big changes with any system, you do small tests. So you do small betas with a small subset of a small category to see how it goes. And then you expand it a little more and then a little more. And you keep getting feedback and adjusting and feedback and adjusting. I think that's what eBay is doing, which is really smart. That's why I'm curious to see with the new shipping stuff they're going to have out, you know, I guess this summer they're saying. I'm interested to see how that goes over as well. If they just jump in the deep end or if they slowly start to, you know, give those things out. Big Chief said you do have to have a store for this promotion, correct? Yes, I'm like 95% sure, Big Chief, that you have to have a store in order to promote. I don't know for sure because it's been a really long time since I didn't have a store, so I haven't really tested to see if the option is there. If anyone in the chat doesn't have a store or wants to test it, and let us know, that would be cool. But yeah, so that's what I got, guys. June sale started to pick up a little bit today because I threw that 30% sale off. And I normally do 20%. So a lot of my watchers, I think, jumped on opportunities that have been watching items for a long time. If you're having a really slow start to June or kind of lagging May into June, that might be an opportunity for you guys just to increase your sale by a little higher percentage. It stings to eat the margin, but at the same time, if you're in the slow time of year, you have to do things like that to make sales sometimes. Illinois Picker just confirmed you must have a store for promoted listings. That is correct. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other questions, guys? My intent was to keep this video kind of short. I still have I'm trying to like double up on listing duties every day because I'll be traveling for almost 10 days at the end of June, trying to get as much inventory up as I can right now. I am going to leave my store on the entire time. That is something I try to be transparent about. I leave my store on, just change handling settings. It seems to work well for me. It keeps my store rolling. I don't have any issues. So yeah, and I'll talk more about that as I get closer and how I manage that. Chris just said, man, I just bought some shirts and you had only 20% off. Man, dude, you're missing out. You must have bought them. I think I started a 30% off sale this morning, so you're missing out. Hi, Diana. Thanks for stopping in. All right, if we don't have any other questions, I think I'm going to wrap up here, guys. Like I said, I've got quite a bit of stuff to do. Really want to stay productive. And it is, I was dragging this morning. I was up late with our video last night, and then I did a bunch of stuff after and did shipping. And like by the time I got to bed and trying to get up this morning, it was just rough. So really, really going to try to get to bed a decent time. Although the finals are on tonight. I don't know if you guys are basketball fans. I'm a huge basketball fan. Not as much an NBA fan during regular season, but playoffs. I love the finals. I love this matchup right now. I'm pulling for the Cavaliers right now. I do not want to see a sweep. I want to see LeBron get a win here, hopefully. And I'd like to see a great series. I want to see a Game 7. So hopefully you guys enjoy the game if you're a basketball fan. Have an awesome night, guys. Let me see if there's any other questions. Oh, Shane just asked, when you change handling settings, do you have to do it at 200 at a time or all at once? So the way I do handling settings is going to the bulk editor. I can change 500 at a time. If you go to your active listings and then hit edit, it'll give you like edit 1 through 500, edit 501 through 1000, and you can do it that way. Someone shared that there's a way to do all at one time. I'm not sure how to do that. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm not saying there's not a way, I just haven't figured it out. But yeah, that bulk edit usually can do 500 at a time. Someone just said, please don't say corporate finance analyst. I always say corporate finance analyst. That's what I am. Someone's asked me a couple questions. So I work for a manufacturing company, and I support our salespeople in the field, and I do a lot of finance work for them. I work in our corporate office, and I'm not like our individual business units, and that's why it is a corporate finance analyst. It's not bad. I mean, there's ups and downs to everything with that, right? You have rhythm, you have some things that are not fun to do, some things that are fun to do. So it's just, I try to be transparent up front about what I do, and that, eBay isn't my whole life. It's just part of my life, and it fits really nicely right now. And that's just kind of who I am, what I'm about. Illinois Picker said 75% of shoppers are looking for some sort of deal or promotion from the promotions page. This is so true, and free shipping. Wow. Illinois Picker, that's great insight. I kind of want to, that kind of piques my interest. I want to stay on that topic for a second. So I don't shop a ton on eBay. Like I have a few products that I buy. Usually, like sometimes I'll buy, like the backdrop stuff, or I think I've bought some of my thermal label tape on there occasionally if it was a better deal than Amazon. So I don't shop a ton. So it's interesting to hear the perspective of a buyer on there just looking to shop. So if that, and that's one thing as a seller, I don't think we talk about a lot, right? I think that we lose touch with how a seller navigates the software. We get so set into just listing and forgetting about it, right? You list, you forget about it, and you're always in the back end of the software. Thanks, Cyber. You're always on the back end. You're always looking at the seller part of the software. And I know I'm really guilty of this. I don't put myself in the shoes of the buyer and what they're looking at as they come to eBay. Like, what are the first things that catch their eyes? Like, do they go straight to the search bar and just type in, or are they looking for a deal? Like, that's kind of the stuff that I'm not sure about. And it makes a lot of sense that you say that now, which is why, like, I've always ran that 20% off sale every 2 days for quite a while now, because the psychology of it's on sale, it's only on sale for the longer, you should grab it if you see it and want it. I've always done free shipping for that same reason, because I feel like Amazon has dictated e-commerce marketplace. People expect free shipping from Prime. So now it's like I offer free shipping. They want 60-day returns now. Like, I think all those things, this is what the buyer expects. Like you're saying, I think you're absolutely right. And promoted listings is just another great way to do that. Promoted listings isn't new, Cyber. He's asking. It's just new to me. I haven't used it, and a lot of people don't talk about using it either. So that's why I wanted to kind of walk through my first time doing it. Chris, sorry, I didn't mean to scroll past your question there. I use for my thermal label printer. I use a Brother. It's like the 550 QL. It's an older version. I bought it used like 4 years ago for like $50 on eBay. It's lasted me forever. So I hope I'm not jinxing myself right now. I think I have a link in the description to Amazon. You can check it out from there if you're interested. I love thermal label printers because they're the self-seal adhesive, peel and stick, no ink, just cheap to operate, and they run forever. So, okay. So CyberCase said he personally uses promoted listings, and it's definitely worth it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you can move, and this is what I was thinking about today while I was at work. I'm like, if I can move more inventory than I normally would move, and it costs me a little more margin, but I'm still making a ton of money, like, who cares? Like, that's worth it. If I'm moving, especially a slow time of year. So that's really why I'm trying to leverage it and see what I can do. And then some by the beach said, nothing wrong with having a corporation job. Some have great benefits, great pay. Some of the work is very interesting and can be good to get out of the house. Yeah, it just kind of staying on that line because I keep bouncing back and forth. So I get to work with data a lot, and like system integration, and like reporting tools, and kind of managing the ERP to the reporting tools. So I get to do a lot of fun stuff like that. It's really engaging. Like every day can be very new outside of the normal rhythms that we have. So I enjoy it. Getting out of the house, as you guys can tell, I'm kind of social. So if I didn't have that social interaction, I'm not sure how nuts I would go. So right now it's a decent balance. Shane, no, it's a thermal label printer for sure. Pretty positive, unless I linked up the wrong one in there. Illinois Picker says I have a full-time job and sell on eBay part-time, but hustle more than part-time. Yeah, Illinois Picker, that's pretty much. I think me and you are very similar in that. I spend about 40 hours a week or more on my eBay/YouTube stuff. Probably 80% of that's on eBay. YouTube's been creeping up. I've been really surprised how much I've enjoyed making videos. Like, when I started, I was really hesitant about it, and like, I have grown as a seller so much from the feedback I get doing these videos. It's super fun to connect with other people who are like-minded. I've gotten to network a lot of people, which has been fun. So yeah, I'm the same way, Illinois Picker. It's like, it's way more than a hobby at this point. Chris said he tried the Dymo and got so frustrated with it not printing right. Then it was blurry when I printed. Yeah, I haven't used the Dymo, Chris. I use the Brother because I like the size of the labels. So yeah. Yeah, no, CyberK, he wasn't saying anything negative about me. CyberK was just saying, he was just making fun of me for my intros very canned. He's right. It's funny. But for any new person, that's why I say that. Let's see. question. Oh, I did have a proper question. Luke, if you're willing to share, what is your end goal? Yeah, absolutely. And I actually owe the viewers, I've had this asked a bunch of times, I owe the viewers a more concise end goal video. I'm going to try to be short here because I do plan to do a more detailed one later this year. Trying to stay focused on the short-term goal of 100K right now for this year. But I have a big passion for real estate. I have a big passion for rentals and like growing a rental portfolio. Something that really intrigues me. It's like a lot of times we talk about making money with eBay and reselling, but we don't talk about how to build wealth outside of it. And so for me, kind of end game is owning a decent portfolio of rental properties. And I think that eBay and being a reseller while having a job is a really good lead into that and helps me get capital to buy those properties. The property we live in right now is a townhouse, and the plan is I bought this last August, and after we get married, we're going to buy another house and move out of this one, and this one will become a rental. And we plan to kind of do that every year or two, just to keep adding properties to our portfolio. So it's just kind of a passion that Shannon and I both share, and that's kind of really I want to use reselling and this channel. Like eventually, I hope that this channel will be more than just reselling. It'll primarily be reselling, but it'll be how to navigate with real estate and stuff too. Because I think that they go hand in hand. Like real estate is a form of reselling. You're buying something that someone else owned, and you're either renting it out, or you're reselling it. So, but yeah, that's kind of, without going into too much detail, I think that's really my end game where I want to get to. I also wouldn't mind having like a bulk buy, wholesale type warehouse setup eventually. Selling on eBay and Amazon. I think that would be really fun and intriguing. But I have lots of things I'd like to get into. But for me, I try to like set a concrete 1-year goal, knock it out, and then keep moving on and adding. Krillin just said, what do you think about Airbnb? I have limited experience with it, Krillin, other than I've used it. Like I've rented through it and I've had great experiences. It looks like Airbnb is an awesome opportunity for vacation type rentals. So like that could be a way to go. I know Shannon really, really wants something on the beach here in the next year or two that we can go to on the weekends and run out when we're not there. So that may be like one of our next purchases after we get our house. So yeah, but Krillin, that's kind of how I feel. I think Airbnb is a great opportunity. It's an awesome arbitrage. And I think there's so many property management firms now that are on board with Airbnb that it makes it a lot easier to navigate. All right. Just reading through here. It looks like a lot of people love real estate in chat, so that's cool. Yeah, I mean, and as the year goes on, guys, and I start like, it's possible we buy. When this becomes a rental, I'll definitely document that journey. Just because I think like documenting this journey has been fun for me, and I've evolved and really learned through it. And hopefully, when we get to that next step, like next year, like going through a property management firm, figuring out how to do it, figuring out how to market it. Like I plan to document that too, because I think it's going to be really neat to see. And I think the other cool thing is like with document is looking back someday and being like, oh, cool. Like I said that, that's hilarious. Cause I don't think that at all anymore. Like I think that's cool. Like I've seen even in the last 6 months, just the growth of my mindset from sharing it publicly and having to, kind of critique it and evolve it and share it with you guys. So that's been really cool for me. All right, guys, I think that's enough of a rant. I stayed a lot longer than I wanted to, but it was a really fun conversation. I appreciate the questions. I am going to finish up listing and shipping, and then I'm going to watch some of the finals, which is coming on here shortly. So I'll probably be listing and watching the finals. Hope everyone has an awesome night. For those of you asking about the thermal label, I do have a link up in the bottom. I have the supplies to my business in the description if you do want to check those out. It is an affiliate link, so just full disclosure, like I will get a little bit of a kickback, but it doesn't increase the price. So appreciate the support if you are looking for stuff. Check me out on Endless Entrepreneurs on Instagram. I'm trying to post a little more regularly on there. I love hearing from you guys. And if you are in Charlotte, hit me up for the Charlotte meetup on July 1st. Would love to meet some of you guys and have you out bombing around hitting thrift stores with us. Have an awesome night, guys. Hope you enjoy. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. I'm sure I'll have another video up. See ya.